Join us for a battle of wits between the Spartans and the Ravens, next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We have two terrific teams we're playing today. Over here, we have the Mountain View Spartans. And to take it on a team that changes its mascot as quickly as I change my tie, the Sequoia Ravens. All right, you guys, we're going to start out with the three-for-all. I have a 5-point toss-up question. If you get the answer correct, your team can answer a second and possibly a third question and bring your score up to 10 or 25 points. Here's the first toss-up. Good luck to both teams. He's one of several Texans to win the White House. Which Democrat and former Vice President? Yes,
Johnson.
Kyle.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes. Lyndon Johnson defeated this Republican senator from Arizona with help from the Daisy ad.
Barry Goldwater.
Right, and for 25 points, this Minnesotan won the vice presidency in 1964, but lost the presidential election to Richard Nixon 4 years later.
Herbert Humphrey.
It was Hubert Humphrey. They said Herbert. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll give you the 10 points. We're going to go on to the next toss-up. A very select group of people have been selected 3 times for Time magazine's annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Currently living in exile in India, which spiritual leader is traditionally William?
The Dalai Lama.
Right. Who is the chairman, CEO, and founder of the world's second largest media conglomerate, News Corp?
Rupert Murdoch.
That is right. And for 25 points, which actor received his second Oscar nomination in 2008 for his performance as the title character in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Brad Pitt.
Yes, not me, but Brad Pitt for 25 points. The mix-up happens all the time. This modern-day country was the site of the Mysore Wars. Name this country where the... Yes, William.
India.
Which Islamic dynasty of India includes rulers Babur and Akbar?
The Mughal.
That's right. And for 25 points, he was eventually imprisoned by his son Aurangzeb. Name this Mughal emperor who built the Taj Mahal for his wife Mumtaz.
I know it
was Shah Jahan. Usually prepared by heating, it contains more than the normal maximum allowable solute. Name this kind of solution that is very... Yes, Kevin?
Saturated.
I'm sorry?
Super saturated.
That is right. A solution consists of the dissolved material or solute and what liquid in which it is dissolved?
The solvent.
Right. For 25 points, what type of solution found in some batteries is capable of conducting electric current?
Alkaline.
No, electrolyte. The initial production of the play The Mousetrap has now run for a record 58 years in London. The play was written by which prolific female author, my favorite, some of whose mystery novels feature Hercule Poirot or Yes, Kevin?
Agatha Christie.
Right. The name The Mousetrap comes from a quote by which Shakespearean title character who hopes to shame his stepfather Claudius and catch the conscience of the king?
King Lear.
No, you guys must not be seniors yet. It's Hamlet. Next toss-up. If Queen Elizabeth II reigns for 5 more years, she will replace this woman as... Yes, William?
Queen Victoria.
Yes. Victoria was the first monarch to reside in what Westminster Palace, whose 1844 room was designed for the Russian Tsar's visit?
Buckingham Palace.
Right. For 25 points, Victoria belonged to which royal house?
House of Hanover.
That is right, for 25 points. This country in Southeast Asia has the world's largest Islamic population. William?
Indonesia.
Indonesia shares what 3rd largest island in the world with the Sultanate of Brunei and Malaysia?
Borneo.
Right. For 25 points, the 1815 eruption of what volcano on Sumbawa Island caused over 71,000 deaths and made 1816 the year without a summer?
Krakatoa.
No, it was Mount Tambora. A number of infectious diseases have appeared in the last 50 years. GRID, or gay-related immune disease, was the original name given...
HIV.
I'm
AIDS.
I heard HIV first.
AIDS.
Can I accept that? I will accept it. AIDS. I would go with HIV disease as well. For 10 points, strain O157H7 of what bacterium that causes gastroenteritis was first diagnosed in a 1982 outbreak traced to contaminated hamburgers?
E. coli.
Right, for 25 points. The bacterium that causes this illness grows in standing water. In the first outbreak in 1976, it was breeding in the cooling tower of a hotel's air conditioning system. What was the name of this disease?
Legionnaires.
That is right, for 25 points. We'll be right back to Meet the Teams. Don't go away.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production, talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV. And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
We're back. Sequoia has 70 points. Mountain View has 50. Let's say hello to the Spartans. Nikhil Nag, you're a senior. And you take part in the Lincoln Douglas debates in what forum? A national forum?
Yeah, the national circuit.
National circuit, and you're doing very well, aren't you?
Yeah, top 10 in the country.
Top 10 in the country. Congratulations. And you'll move on to something coming up?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh, well, let's hope so. So you'll be the top one. Kyle Bardman, you're a junior, and you took a trip over the summer to Europe.
Yes, I did.
All kinds all over the place, but your favorite place was D-Day, the beaches of Normandy.
Because the history, not just the overall history, but also the individual stories and how they all interact.
And do you get a chance to view that or to learn about that, discuss that while you're there?
Yeah.
Museums and things like
Yes.
that? Good, sounds great. Kevin Statz, you're a senior, an Eagle Scout, and last summer you took part in an internship at Stanford, right?
Yes, that's right. I was working in the neurosurgery department.
Yes, I'm concerned. Did patients come in and ask for you? I mean, did you cut open anybody?
It's more research. We're
Good.
figuring out how exactly stem cells promote recovery in stroke victims.
So they're working on that right now, that research right now
Yeah.
at Stanford. You took part. That was something very exciting. Good for you. We're going to give you guys a chance to earn up to 100 points in our collaboration round. I have 3 categories and 7 10-point questions in each category. Give me all the answers correctly, I'll give you a 30-point bonus. The categories today are forwards and backwards, out, and in the middle.
Out and out.
Out and out. All right. The answers all begin with out. All right? It is the O in computer I/O.
Any idea?
You know?
No, defer.
No.
Output. This is the name of a remote Australian desert.
Out back.
Correct. The collective name for LF, CF, and RF baseball positions.
Outfield.
Correct. Cole Younger or Butch Cassidy, for example.
Outlaw.
Right. Isaac Dinnison's memoir about a Kenyan coffee farm.
Outbound.
No, it was Out of Africa. The common name of the pinna or oracle. Kyle?
Outsource.
The outer ear.
Outer ear.
And the S.C. Hinton novel about Pony Boy and Johnny.
Defer.
That was The Outsiders. That gives you, I think, 40 points. Congratulations. Give him a hand. And we'll turn to the Sequoia Ravens and William Baker. You're a junior, and over the summer you went to England. But it wasn't just all that London stuff, right? You took a road trip.
Yeah, we went up to the border of Scotland, went to go see Hadrian's Wall, and then we drove down to Wales and saw some of the great castles they have down there, and then we went back. So
And was it easy for you guys to drive on the opposite side of the road? Did you have?
Well, my dad's from England, so he knows how to do it, but the traffic was terrible.
Yeah, I'll bet. All right, well, good. Sounds like a great trip. Tristan Noth, you're a junior and part of the water polo team at Sequoia.
Yes.
How are they doing this season?
Not great. We're 4-6 right now.
4-6. What would you on television advise your team to do to play better?
Better defense, probably.
Better defense. Okay, you heard it, fellas. Do that next time. Michael Wuscher, you're a junior, and you also interned at Stanford this summer. Did you run into Kevin at all?
No, I haven't. But what I did there is I interned in the Earth Sciences Department and helped my graduate student, Jason Stuckey, look for arsenic in different compounds that were coming from the Mekong Delta in Cambodia. So
He had taken a trip down there and collected different samples,
yeah,
right?
he did, not me. I'm not going to Cambodia.
Yeah, you didn't go to Cambodia. Yeah, right. But was it interesting?
Yeah.
Good for you. All right, guys, here's your chance to earn some points. You just need to pick your category from forwards and backwards or and in the middle.
Forwards and backwards.
All right. The answers to all these questions are palindromes. They're the same forward as they are backward. Okay, ready? This is another word for midday.
Noon.
Right, noon, N-O-O-N, see? Municipal, or a Honda compact car.
Civic.
Correct. Genders.
Sexes.
Sexes.
Right. Small Inuit watercraft.
Kayaks.
Right. Having an even surface. Something that has an even surface we call level. Raised to godhood.
Deified.
That is right. And finally, Norse heroic tales.
Sagas.
That is correct for 60 points. That leaves you with 130 to 80. We will be right back for another free-for-all round. Don't go away.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
Let's take a moment to give a big thank you to the coaches for both these teams. First from Mountain View, Mr. George St. Clair. And from Sequoia, Miss Laura Larkin. Gentlemen, it's time for the second free-for-all. It will be a free-for-all. The toss-up questions are now worth 10 points. A second correct question answer will get you 25 points. All three correct answers will get you 50 points. Good luck to you both. Here's your first toss-up. He wrote of a Minnesota missionary in The God Seeker and a congressman turned judge in Cass Timberlane. Name this Nobel Prize-winning author who wrote of a football player turned minister in Elmer Gantry. Who, by the way, we do not read in high school. That's Sinclair Lewis. Let's try this one. He wrote about a hapless schoolmaster named Ichabod Crane in the legend. William.
Washington Irving.
Right. Which Irving title character slept through the entire American Revolution? Not in class. His name was Rip Van Winkle. In May 2010, an electoral commission upheld the results of Iraq's March election. Prior to the election, 499 candidates were banned for their association with this pan-Iraq... Yes.
The Ba'ath Party.
That is right. The election was won by the Iraqi National Movement, whose leader is which man who had previously led the post-invasion interim government?
Nouri al-Maliki.
No, it was Ayad Alawi.
Oh.
Next toss-up. Two new states joined the Union in 1821. The Missouri Compromise admitted Missouri as a slave state. Yes,
Maine.
Kevin.
Maine.
Correct. The portion of the compromise outlawing slavery in non-state territories was declared unconstitutional in what notorious 1857 Supreme Court decision?
Dred Scott versus Sanford.
Right. 3 years before the Dred Scott ruling, what act repealed the Missouri Compromise's prohibition on slavery and led to a series of bloody events in the Great Plains?
Kansas-Nebraska Act.
You got 50 points. He tells his son neither a borrower nor a lender be. Despite his propensity for good advice, he unwisely hides behind an arras in Gertrude's room. What old man is mistakenly stabbed to death by Hamlet? A play you will read in your senior year.
King Lear?
No, still not King Lear. You guys can steal.
King Claudius?
It's Polonius. Roanoke Island was the first English settlement in North America. Kyle?
Sir Francis Drake?
No, but it failed within 5 years. From 1608 to 1609, John Smith led what first successful English settlement in North America?
Jamestown.
Economist Adam Smith's 1776 masterpiece was, according to its title, an inquiry into the nature and causes of what?
The Wealth of Nations?
Right. For 50 points, New York Governor Al Smith, the first Catholic to run for president as a major party nominee, was defeated by which Republican?
Harding?
Herbert Hoover. He worked with a band called The Revolution and sang about a woman who walked in through the outdoor in raspberry beret. Name that. Yes, Kyle.
Prince?
Right. Which Prince song includes the line 2000 party over, oops, out of time?
Party, 1999.
Right. For 50 points, which other Prince song compares a woman to its title car, advising her, you got to slow down, you're moving much too fast?
Pretty Red Corvette.
It's Little Red Corvette. Next toss-up. Henry VIII split the Anglican Church from Rome when the Pope wouldn't grant him a divorce from which Spanish William?
Catherine of Aragon.
Right. Henry married his fourth wife to cement a German alliance, but refused to consummate their marriage due to her ugliness. The result was his second annulment. What was her name?
Anne of Cleves.
Right. Henry was her third husband. He was survived by which sixth and final wife? That would be Catherine Parr. This sculpture became famous in France after the French returned the Medici Venus to Italy. Next to the Mona Lisa, the most popular exhibit in the Louvre.
Winged Victory?
No, I'm sorry. Is what classical sculpture that is missing its arms?
The Birth of Venus?
It's the Venus de Milo. A statue, speaking of statues, a statue of him once stood in the harbor of Rhodes. Which god allowed his son...
Zeus.
Yes, Kevin.
Zeus.
No. Which god allowed his son Phaeton to drive his solar chariot with disastrous consequences?
Apollo.
It was Helios, the sun god. The plebeians, or commoners of ancient Rome, were represented by magistrates who could block any piece... Yes, Michael?
Tribunes.
The name of that power to forbid laws is now used in the U.S. to refer to what prerogative of the president to reject bills presented for his signature?
To veto, I forbid.
Right. Tribunes were protected by what legal status that declared anybody who touched one...
Sacrosanct.
Say again?
Sacrosanct.
That is right for 50 points. It parallels South America's western coast. Name this mountain range whose highest peaks...
Andes.
That is right. Located in Mendoza province, which Argentine mountain is the Andes' highest peak?
Aconcagua?
That is right. Nevado Sajama is the highest Andean peak in what country that borders Argentina?
Chile.
No, it's Bolivia. That is the end of the round. 180 for Mountain View. Sequoia has 250. We will be right back for the final round.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
We are back, and we have our final round ahead of us, 180 to 250, 30 points per question, and 3 minutes will go on the clock. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. His real name was Aristocles, but he's better known by a nickname meaning broad. Who wrote the dialogues Crito and the Republic? William.
Plato.
Right. This Englishman was the first to isolate hydrogen, who also used a torsion balance to determine the gravitational constant, allowing him to weigh the Earth.
Thompson?
Kyle.
Thompson?
No. You can steal.
Rutherford.
Henry Cavendish. Scotia, Cocos, and Juan de Fuca are examples of what large...
Plates, tectonic plates.
That is right. In 1906, David Graham Phillips wrote articles exposing corruption in this legislative body. These led to the 17th Amendment, which created popular election. William?
Senate.
Yes. Benno Gutenberg collaborated in developing what logarithmic scale? Kyle?
Richter.
Right. I speak Spanish to my soldiers, Italian to ladies, Latin to God, and German to my horse. That's a quote from what holy... Yes, Kevin?
Charlemagne.
No. You can from what Holy Roman Emperor whose realm also included Spain and South America?
Charles V.
That is right. It runs Fermilab. Designs and produces nuclear weapons, and oversees the fossil fuel industry. Stephen Chu is the secretary of which? Yes,
Energy.
Kyle. Say again.
Energy.
Right. What name is shared by the philosopher who founded Stoicism and the philosopher from Elea who attacked the idea of motion with a series of paradoxes? Michael.
Socrates.
No. You can steal.
Paradoxes. Euclid?
Zeno. This former Reichstag president was commander-in-chief of the Nazi FA intelligence service, who also oversaw the Battle of Britain as head of the Luftwaffe. Yes, William.
Hermann Goering.
That is right. The larger root of x squared equals x plus 1 is what value equal to 1 plus root 5 over 2? That is the limit of the ratio of adjacent Fibonacci numbers. Kevin.
1.61.
Accept that?
1.6.
No, I'm sorry.
5 to 1.
It's the golden ratio. Which longest period of the Paleozoic era is divided into the Mississippian and Pennsylvanian epochs and named for its characteristic beds of coal? Kyle.
Cambrian.
No, you may steal.
Precambrian.
Carboniferous. Photons with a frequency of about 2.45 gigahertz use dielectric heating to excite water molecules in what appliance used? Kyle.
Microwave.
Right.
My bad.
Let's restore. This Wyoming native painted Lavender Mist and Full Fathom 5, who was known for his abstract expressionist technique of drip painting.
Pollock.
That is right. Janus and Oceanus were proposed names for what body called Leverrier's planet when it was discovered in 1846, 65 years. Yes, Michael.
Neptune.
That is right. That is the end of the round. 330 for Mountain View, 400 for Sequoia. Sequoia wins the game. It was a great match, you guys. We'll see you all next week. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.